Hello, this is Donna Caro here, and I'm making this little recording because you have shown that you're interested in the hypnotherapy, NLP, and energy psychology training diploma. Now, just once again, this is a professional course. It is fully accredited. The accreditation is by one of the leading accreditation authorities on hypnotherapy in the UK, and that is the General Hypnotherapy Standards Council. I will put a link below so that you can check them out and find out a little bit more about that. Another few things about the course, I guess, is that, as mentioned, not only is this course really, really unique, I generally only ever train 6 students at a time. Now, what this means is that you get that extra support. For example, when I trained 16 years ago, there was 20 odd people being trained at the same time. And there was nothing wrong with my training, but I feel like working in smaller numbers means that we can actually go much deeper. We can share more of our own personal experiences. As this course is a very, very, very deep self development course. And so I feel like it's really important that we can all create those bonds and that intimacy needed in order for us to be able to dig deep into ourselves and look at ourselves. I mean, this is a course where you are going to be understanding who you are at a much, much, much deeper level, because suddenly things are going to make sense. Because once we understand how we operate, once we understand how um, we come to being who we are, um, then everything that we have found challenging in our life suddenly begin to make sense. And once we can see what these things are, it's then really, really easy to be able to move through changing these aspects of ourselves so that we can become the best versions of ourselves possible. So the small groups is something that you don't find very often. Um, it's a very practical course. So every afternoon we practice. We practice on each other, and we have 3 private rooms within the therapy centre, which means that you will pair up with someone in the class each afternoon, and you will play therapist from day one. You know, it's really, really important that you practice these skills, and also you will receive the therapy, you know, the practice on yourself, which gives you the opportunity to work on shifting some of your own stuff out. So there's that, and that's something that you don't get very often. Um, what else can I tell you about the course? I guess, you know, connecting with me, this is why I make these videos. I think it's really important that you understand that when you are embarking on something like hypnotherapy, that every single course that you look at in hypnotherapy will be completely different from the next. Every single hypnotherapist is very, very different. And that's because it's a massive area. Just like psychology, just like consciousness itself, there are so many branches. And so each individual therapist or trainer, if you like, branches out in their own way, in their own interests, creates their own bag of tools, if you like, that is always completely unique to them. And so it's really important to really look at your trainer and ask yourself whether your trainer um, is the trainer and holds the specific knowledge and experience that you would like to gain. And so I guess my background is working with all types of emotional issues. So I specialised in the treatment of depression, and I soon discovered that my ideas and my discoveries around the treatment of depression could be applied to any emotional disturbance, if you like. So that would be all of your traumas, all of your upsets, all of your phobias, fears, anything that has an emotional energy attached to it. That's what I really specialized in. And I developed ways in which we could identify the emotional aspect very, very quickly and shift that emotion out. And by doing so, what you do is you remove the emotional component of the overall problem. And then the problem has no fuel then because the emotion is the driver. And so by working this way, we can work very, very effectively and actually looking at assisting and helping in such a wide range of issues. If you think about it, most of the things that we class as a problem or an issue, if we feel in, there will be something going on in the emotional body. It may be subtle, but it's still there. A tension, an ache, a pain, a sadness, a fear, and that goes on and on and on. So that's where I really went in deep, if you like. So that is my kind of background. So that's important. I also really am quite fascinated more recently over the last 3 or 4 years around just consciousness, consciousness in general. And it's super, super fascinating to really dig into consciousness as an area of learning. Because once you can begin to understand, how we function, how our consciousness functions through us, um, you gain a really, really, really vast embodiment and understanding of who and what we are, at the deepest levels. And this really allows you to work with your future clients as a facilitator um, in a very broad way, in a way that we can really guide the consciousness of the individual that we're working with directly to the root cause of their issues, and guide them, work with them to break that down, resolve and release. So that's just another few things that's sort of more specific about the course that I run. Um, I generally like to have a telephone chat with anyone that's interested, and I think that that's good because it gives you an opportunity to ask me questions. I'm sure you have a load of questions, and if we do chat on the phone, it's informal. There is absolutely no pressure for you to sign up because we have that call. As I said, I feel it's very important that you make sure that this resonates with you. This is a huge life changing course. And so you want to make sure that this resonates with you and that you're making the right decision. So I'm happy to answer any of your questions to make sure that that is the case for you. If you want to meet me in person, we can arrange to meet at the centre, and that's equally we can equally sort that out and it's no problem whatsoever. So if you have any more questions, then please feel free to ask. We can arrange that call, that meeting at the centre, and all the dates and other information are set out below for you. So thank you so much for engaging, and I really hope that we can connect in person soon, and that you decide to sign up to this amazing life-changing course. So whatever you are and whatever you're doing, have a beautiful day, and I will catch you soon. Bye bye for now.